baby.
Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt?
That's fine.
Well,
We're talking about cat.
talking about cat?
Talking about cat. Talking about your cat.
Oh, which one of them?
Jungo,
Oh,
The
what's he
whiny
doing?
baby.
What's the idiot up to now?
how he's so whiny. How if any of us goes into the bathroom, he is clawing at the door
Yep.
trying to get in.
Standing there meowing.
Yeah, if Alex goes to bed and shuts his door, Jungo is there whining until he opens it.
He doesn't want to be in there. He wants the option.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
However, I have noticed since he started sleeping out here, he started like sleeping next to you a lot.
Yes. Early this morning, he was doing that too. He came up and just lied down next to me and slept. Hey, so first of all, Ray, thank you all very much for subscribing. 18 months, big sub energy. Either you should rephrase that or you knew exactly what you were saying. And you should really get updating your Twitch username at some point. That's entirely fair. How's the gaming? Hey there, gamers. How's the gaming? That's the thing you just said, Square. You want to retract it, or are you just going to stick with that then?
Maybe it was a serious question. How is the gaming?
How is the game? Not good! The world of gaming has sucked for a while, and it's pretty
God,
bad
yeah.
these past couple months. A cool game just came out today that I'm going to review. Stay tuned for that. Yeah.
Rough time.
But that's why
happened?
we're... Go ahead.
Well, you can finish. That kind of.
You were going to say Happy Indigenous Peoples Day?
Yeah, exactly. Happy Indigenous Peoples
Yeah!
Day. Happy belated National Coming Out Day.
Oh, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's right. It's been like 8 years since I came out. That's probably not true. And I forgot what it's like. Help
Well,
me,
hey, there's a
Austin.
holiday to remind you.
Austin, come out on stream right now. Who are you?
I'm the other one.
Is that how you identify?
That's how you've identified me as all these streams, so
Because
yeah,
you refused to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I guess I'm just the other one.
You refused to introduce yourself.
Guess we're all just backup characters in your story, I guess.
I know, right?
Listen,
I guess that's just how we are.
I signed a contract with Bezos when I became a streamer that everyone else who's on stream is just background characters now. That's apparently what it takes to be a streamer, at least from what I've seen. Let's keep going. From chapter start. 7 years ago, trial former? Excuse me? Showdown time? I lost. It's only a game of poker.
I was tapping my fingers together if you could hear that, and when I was
A
doing
game I
like in a
played for a
maniacal.
long time and only lost twice? Okay, yeah, this is Phoenix.
Yeah.
Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards. Why, yes, over a game of... I don't know who's talking here, and it's not making it
Right.
clear.
Yeah. That's why I don't even bother.
That's how we first met. 7 years ago. 7 years earlier, Phoenix writes, final trial. Oh shit, we're going back in time! Okay. Oh wow, it was so much cleaner back then. Yes, back in time to April 19th.
7 years ago. That's they don't put the years. They probably should for
Yeah,
these
they
reasons.
should have
For
in
when
his
you go back in
parentheses,
time.
7 years ago. Apparently
Go
we're
back
playing
in
as
time
Phoenix
crime?
now. I wasn't
Yes,
ready
we
for
are
this.
playing as Phoenix.
Alright. Okay, it's been a long time since I felt
Oh my
like such...
God.
That's what he sounded like, right?
No.
Okay. Okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax.
Just kind of like you, but screaming more. That's kind of just.
Okay, sorry, this guy's a lot. Good morning, Mr. Enigmar?
Enigmar.
Alright then. Who's voicing Mr. Enigmar? Is this,
It will have to be me.
That makes sense. Is this, Zach or the other one? That was in the intro. I forget
The
which
one
one
in
is
the
which.
intro.
Okay.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you suddenly.
If he ever flips a cane, can you please do the flip thing that I do, saying flip?
Sure.
Thank you. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand I am asking the impossible of you.
Yeah, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
What? Actually, it wasn't, trust me.
Morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you could came. You
Yeah.
come.
I'm so glad you came to Daddy's court date.
I know your schedule's very busy.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'll kill him!
I am fine as always.
Hey, Austin?
Hmm?
This voice that you're doing for Enigmar?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fucking hot, I gotta be honest.
Okay. Not what I was going for. This old boy here is to help me, after all.
That's young man to you.
No,
Good
you're
morning.
not a man, trust me, I know.
That's a cute outfit you have on. I want to see if it has, Okay, no. Sorry, Shady? Shady Enigmar?
Hey, do you remember that name anywhere?
Zach Grammar, that does sound familiar. Fuck.
Think back to cards.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So now you got it?
Magnify Grammar is the victim in this case. Died. Oh, okay. I thought that what they meant there was that he was shot in the head and then died in the hospital. I was gonna say, damn, Magnify, but no, he was in the hospital and then someone shot him in the head. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Also, what's my evidence? Okay, we'll get to that, I'm sure. But also, yes. We have it again.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the fuck is she talking about? Who?
That's still her.
That's still me. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Huh? Me? Oh, look what he started.
Yeah.
What's this? It seems fate's something.
Clock. I think.
Clock will
Fate's
make me
clock.
wait a little longer, at least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in life's work, I give thanks. Farewell! That sounds like a suicide note. What's this?
I know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
This voice that you're doing is perfect. Remember how you named your last AA stream Bye Bye Mr. Grammar? Yeah, I got really confused
Yeah.
on that. It turns out this is what happens when I'm naming the streams when it's blind. That's
This
why
is
I usually ask Marina for help with stream titles.
Yeah, this is also what you should ask me.
You're usually asleep when I'm coming up with stream titles.
You come up with them the day before.
This time I forgot until now.
Sometimes it really is like literally 10 minutes before Connor's like, I need a stream title, and then sometimes they just kind of fly out
Well,
of me.
the other thing is that sometimes I'll come up with a stream title the day before, and then the day of, it turns out we don't do the stream for one reason or another.
Oh.
So the stream title goes to waste.
Waste. They said it was really important.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. Now, I'll give it a read late. I'm a great lawyer. I'll give it a read later. It's like 4 sentences, Phoenix. Good Christ.
I'll get to it in a moment.
I don't get to it.
Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
Is this a new trial? I honestly can't remember if I completely watched the last stream. This is in the past. This is 7 years ago, and we're playing as Phoenix right now.
We're
And it's-
basically discovering why Phoenix was disbarred. Actually
Yes.
experiencing it ourselves.
So yeah, this is the same chapter, the same like turnabout, but it is a flashback. We'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear. He's new in town.
An easy win then, right?
They're calling him a, and I'm quoting exactly here, true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. That's exactly what the guy sounded like. And of course, it's one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial.
Wait, if this is a flashback, whose perspective is it? Who voices everyone? Okay, to be fair, technically this should be Phoenix voicing everyone, but this would be a really lame stream if it was just me doing all the voices.
Yeah.
Well,
and you two just sitting here.
Is this one also one where I can't remember from last time, where we're looking at like evidence from the past, that Apollo's looking through like documents and stuff, or is
Apollo
hearing about
Yeah.
it? Because remember, Apollo.
Oh, you're
is
right, Pitch Perfect. Pitch
Exactly.
Perfect.
So if
Yes.
Apollo's the one uncovering this, then
So
And
if,
he pretty much is.
if Apollo ever comes up somehow in this flashback,
Oh,
you have to
no.
scream his lines.
I don't think he shows up in the flashback, but he is basically going through all the evidence, because that's why all of this shit is happening.
yeah, because it's for his benefit. Either
'Cause,
you
I
would
mean,
have to.
Phoenix would never actually give Apollo an answer, because Phoenix
Yes.
hates himself and everyone else.
Also,
I was gonna say that Apollo would either yellow his lines here, or because it's in the past, probably before he would have done his training, maybe he thinks of himself as really, really quiet.
I'll tell you, he won't show up because he would be about 17 at the time.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be.
oh yeah, he's busy getting bebs in college. That's what he's doing, right? That's what you do when you're 17, right? He's in college.
That's Apollo was doing.
That's definitely what he's trying.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, what if we actually succeed in this trial and don't get disbarred, and then it's just create a time paradox?
Sure, let's flip that coin. Let's see if we can get that. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today.
What?
So, do your best, but do not worry.
First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can.
I see you do not understand.
This is a threat.
You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible?
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
You read, Daddy?
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can, for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a threat. Nick, you've changed the future. You've created a time
No,
paradox.
no. That would be Maya saying that. How dare you steal that line?
All right, so Maya.
Nick, you've created a future! You've created
Wait,
a time
You
paradox!
created a future!
You created
You created a future!
It was one
Oh,
sentence
no,
that I talked about.
You manifested destiny. Snake,
Okay.
you created a future.
Also, just so you know, Mr. Enigmar is laughing with you, not at you, because he's a good sport.
Yeah.
I, however, am laughing at you. That was hilarious.
Marina, you just threw a dart and you missed the dartboard, but you somehow got a strike in the bowling lane next to the dartboard with the dart.
Well, it's not technically wrong. We did create a future, a different.
And it was way funnier than what would have happened otherwise. My client is Shady Enigmar, known to the world as Zach Grammari, a wildly popular magician, star of troupe Grammar. Okay, did he seriously think that the guy named Shady Enigmar needed a fucking stage name to be a goddamn magician?
There was another Shady Enigmar. You know the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly the way
that's
that-
fair, yeah.
It's the legal that you can.
And his other option would have been Slim Shady Enigmar, but then he was worried he'd get confused.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Well, no, he was originally called Slim Shady, and that's why he beefed up.
Yeah, because now he's thick shady.
His mentor, Magnified Grammari, was a rare breed of magician, a good one. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Grammari is the suspect. He might as well have named himself Guilty Mac Did Crime. Oh god, here we go. Back in the 7-Eleven where we belong.
Are you excited to yell at yourself back and forth?
Oh god, I'm all three of these characters. Christ.
Uh,
Here we go. All right.
You will not be everyone. I can promise you that.
However, this does feel like fate, like everything coming together all at one point, just to force you to scream at yourself.
Oh, man,
You
here
now
we go.
have to suffer what I did.
The court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigma.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. God, this fucking dick. This Chad. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this fucking Chad.
Oh, man.
Whoever could it be?
Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is this some kind of new crime? Do I need to add it to the list?
The bees are they're disappearing. You can't be killing them.
Welcome to VA Hell, Connor. I'm sorry for your start. I have a tall thing of water. Here we go.
One of the first. This is a trial, Shah. There are the sweaty palms, the bouncing hearts. A Gavinaire's concert got 10 times the thrill as this gig has got.
I'm sorry, if he's new, does that mean that he had that concept for the band, like, while in Lost?
Yes. While in
Oh, this fucking dark. I can't talk. I'm gonna buy a guitar in a few days, but still, Christ. This fucking nerd.
Who?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you with the same shit, just so you know.
Who were you
And you
again?
will deserve it.
Clavier, Gavin. I came to get the party started.
Let's get it started in here. You know, the radio edit.
Legally, Shah.
Or I could do the Sims version. The Earth Sims and the City version.
Gavin? Defense attorney Christoph Gavins.
Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
He does look like an Herbs character.
He
does.
does! Oh my
He
god!
really does.
He looks like he's cosplaying as all of the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, just all in one.
Clavier Gavin, lead singer for the mega hit band. I can't take that seriously. The Gavineers. You're out of your league, rock boy. You're out of your league, rock boy. Life has many doors. I know what you're
God.
thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. What the fuck? No, I wasn't. True, my debut single, 13 years hard time for love, went platinum overnight, but that's just a hobby for me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way.
Yeah. I love that Phoenix. This is like the best thing Apollo Phoenix does is call Gavin out on his shitty fake accent.
This reminds me of in Doctor Who episodes where it's supposed to take place in another country, how they need to remind you that the TARDIS is translating everything and that they're supposed to be speaking like Russian, and a character will just out of nowhere say, "Your Russian is impeccable, by the way." Oh, Metal Gear Solid 3, that also happens in. Your Russian is perfect. I've said fully in English.
Yeah.
I like your Euro rock accent, by the way.
Oh, it's like anything to do with like learning basic English in the English version of the Yakuza games. Anytime that comes up and just having to like put it in bold letters so you know it's different.
Is Nick flirting with Gavin? No, because
No.
he's 17 here. Yeah. Gavin
And
is
also, just
17.
no.
Yeah.
God.
I'm just getting warmed up. Air attorney, right?
Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case.
That's your job!
Achtung, baby! Time to call the opening act.
Oh, what was his name again? Oh my god. Ah, yes! Detective
favorite.
Gumshoe! Hit it!
That
Oh
is
my
also
god!
the best way to introduce Gumshoe.
All right, so
Other than here comes Big Dick Gumshoe.
I want you all to know right now, enjoy this because until we play the Edgeworth games, this is the last appearance Gumshoe has.
Ah,
Savor it.
savor it, everybody.
Savor it
He
like
does
the
not
woman
return
after
in
he
Dual
makes it
Destinies or in Spirit of Justice, as far as I've played.
Never mind, this
So-
game is good again. After going through almost all the Ace Attorney games, I definitely have no idea what the judge's job is. He almost had a job of declaring guilty or not guilty, and now they're trying to add in a jury again.
Yeah.
And you are?
Hey, you were the one who called me up here, sir.
Oh, I missed this.
That is an interesting energy to, like, people of different ages can work in workplace environments together, but, like, to be, like, a middle-aged professional man and then this 17-year-old who probably hasn't even fully finished law school, who got a platinum hit overnight, which obviously means
I was gonna
someone
say,
in the band was already famous.
congratulations, you just described life in the military.
Oh, man.
A 30-year-old NCO reacting to a 18-year-old officer. Yeah, congratulations. That's exactly what you just described. Name's Dick Gumshoe. Yeah, I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct.
Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Okay, is his profile added? No, no, he doesn't get one.
Look, it's fine. Phoenix knows who he is.
I think it shows up.
Right
I think it shows up after his complete introduction.
Okay.
Hey, you.
Huh? Me?
Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see?
What, you normally lack confidence in your own testimony?
Air detectives, this is my stage. Can the antics.
Excuse me. Whew. Seeing the trilogy sprites with DS quality Gavin is really fucking me up. That's actually a good point, yeah.
Right.
Like, the shading on Gavin is so much better, and then it cuts back to Gumshoe.
All this A-yuling and such. And I could care less about your history together.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand.
It happened 6 days back in a room at the General Hospital.
Ah, there we go. 32. I was just checking.
He's 39 at this point.
That's just what Phoenix is guessing.
No, as of he's in his 40s at present in Phoenix Wright timeline as far as the games go.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Hang on. Did these motherfuckers shoot the clown in the head too?
The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene.
That's just where my dart landed. It's fine. Ignore that.
The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out.
Okay, he definitely didn't.
Them's the facts.
Not so long ago, the victim magnified Grammar Eye was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magic spell, as it were, and then he was arrested on tax evasion.
Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, so... Say the name magnified to one of my generation, you know, the millennials, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Actually, no. Oh my god,
He'd be like a Gen Z.
Yeah, this.
I was gonna say, like, this takes place in the future. He is literally like.
I think he's a Zoomer. He would be a Zoomer, right?
He would be a Zoomer, I believe.
He has to have been born at least after 2000 if he's 17 right now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So, goddamn.
All right. Hang on.
I think he was born 2000.
This is vitally important, okay?
Yes.
2002, maybe, I think? Because it doesn't Apollo Justice, the main game, take place in 2026?
Yep.
So that would mean you were born 2002. Or
Okay.
2001 or 3, birthdays.
Yeah, he was born in 2002.
Yep. So, yeah, this guy is a fucking Zoomer.
How do you think I feel, considering I'm like a year younger than Nick, I think, or a year older, I forget.
Maybe older, maybe younger.
So yeah, I'm older than a good chunk of the characters in this, and it hurts my soul to know that.
He would be.
That's because you're Gumshoe.
He would be a Zoomer, but he's German, so he's a boomer. Just look at me, says Eric. I believe the legal term for that is a Zaboomafuer.
Boomer is a mindset. It's okay. You can be both.
Are you not even going to acknowledge what I just said?
I'm going to move on as swiftly as possible.
Anyways, okay. And you'll be lucky to get a blank stare.
Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Grammar Eye has made quite a name for themselves.
Yeah, anyhow, the retired Magnify's been in the hospital for, like, the last year.
Oh, damn.
What was it? Mall ignorant tumor or something?
Oh God!
Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah.
I just
think
see.
you need one of those, right?
I see the notes here, and it just says repeatedly, all the drinking. Not really sure what that's about.
A malignant tumor, perhaps?
Oh, I forgot
No,
the judge used to be competent.
It definitely says mall ignorant. I know malignant is a thing, but I'm just telling you what's on the paper.
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. It's barely even murder, if we're being honest. We might as well call this trial now.
But that would mean you lose, Clavier.
You know, you win some, you lose some.
It's my first time. I'm not great.
To be honest, I am nervous as fuck and would like this to be over with as soon as
I'm
possible.
a fucking child. I don't belong here.
The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Like the song, I'll play the entirety of it now. Why not wait for him to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him?
I thought you were going to chime in as Phoenix. You think that a practitioner of the dark arts is getting to heaven with my boy Jesus of Nazareth?
Hang on. I wouldn't quite have put it so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Jesus wouldn't like that.
Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes, too.
What the fuck? This poor man.
That's rough.
Diabetes? In fact,
No, it's diabetes.
in fact, I'll get ready. He was about to shoot up with insulin. This man was critically ill. Then he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the scene. Wait, he's still in charge of giving himself a syringe even when he's on IVs to live? Christ!
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I don't know, maybe.
Welcome to American healthcare.
Yeah,
God.
or maybe it was like to have a sense of independence. I don't fucking know.
Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life.
Small syringe added to court record. Oh, baby, time to hit up!
Small syringe, and it's just like the size of Phoenix's entire arm.
Or it's very small. It's like like half of a pinky finger. It's so small.
I always hated getting shots.
Of
I guess...
fucking course you did.
Of course you did.
Owie!
I like how I say this to Austin in the call. I guess Magnify was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Wait, if Magnify uses to inject his insulin, why are there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. Wait, Phoenix? Wait, what do you think is happening here, Phoenix?
Okay.
Why did he not reuse his syringe constantly?
Okay, no. Important detail. You see the green there?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Oh, is that a cap? Is that a stopper?
That's not a stopper. You can see that it's not even entirely filling the thing, so it would be a pretty bad stopper.
What is it then? I actually don't know what that is.
That looks like residue for something.
I know it's very pixely and hard to decipher.
But it's sure
yeah,
as shit.
I'm having trouble like interpreting what that's supposed to be. Yeah.
But sure as shit isn't insulin.
Yeah, no kidding. All right.
I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had?
Very well, Detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir. I miss Edgeworth.
Oh.
That's fine. He's off like doing a bunch of
Also,
law
I'm, like-
stuff, and he's also like getting like the wedding set to side and everything, because God knows Phoenix can't handle that fucking like all the calling people, scheduling shit, things like that. Oh no! You think Phoenix knows how to acquire a venue? Fuck no.
I like the idea of after this trial and after getting disbarred, Phoenix comes home to Edgeworth and says, "I have good news and bad news. The good news, we don't have to hire a pianist for the wedding. The bad news."
Is why.
And then it was like, well, Miles Edgeworth is Edgeworth is dead again. Goodbye, everyone, for a while.
Excuse me, Kraz. We made Phoenix and Edgeworth gay? No, the games made Phoenix and Edgeworth gay.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just
Goddamn
too
totally.
The bowling
They're
pins, and
too
we just
cowardly to do it.
we just threw the ball.
Anyways.
Yeah, actually, the victim was kind of ordered the defendant to do him in.
What?
A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it.
In his letter, he said, I want them to pull the plug, but my health insurance will not allow it. Please, please kill me.
And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir.
What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting?
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. You read it in a second.
Yeah.
You'll get to it in a
Very
second. It's fine.
unusual indeed. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull a trigger, I wonder?
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court?
Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. And believe me, I tortured the shit out of him.
One thing bothers me about this.
You keep forgetting I'm a cop.
Okay,
I'm
I got
a
a really
bastard
goddamn
by
letter to
nature.
understand what the fuck he's
It
talking
took a
about.
while though, because he kept like magically slipping out of the handcuffs, and any time like you'd just be like, "Aha! It was a bird up my sleeve the whole time."
I tried waterboarding him, and he just was able to hold his breath for like 11 minutes. It was incredible. We are terrible people. To you,
But
I
he is great at magic.
To you, I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun for which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnify grammar eye! This is a good
Well,
point,
the-
though.
His stationery has his face on it.
Yes, I love that.
We should
Why-
all aspire to such.
Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
The devil is in the details, Herr Attorney.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night, for half an hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnify Grammar Eye, was given an IV.
You mean an IV? I had those a lot. They had to keep correcting me on how to pronounce it.
There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed.
At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail.
So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV.
Nurse, my IV juice has it's empty now. Could you replace my IV juice?
I need
What?
some more IV
It's
juice.
called IV, but why does it smell like that?
Nurse, my IV!
My IV juice.
Nurse, my IV port itches.
Very well, shall we begin?
It's not an EMP, it's an EMP. Being correct is not a democracy.
Ken, 95 bits, just quickly stopping by to say hi as I'm back from training. I'm gonna watch this in its entirety because, believe it or not, this is the only case you haven't played. Well, I'd recommend going and watching the VODs then. Thank you very much for swinging by,
Yeah.
Ken.
Yay.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you would.
What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. The circumstance. Oh god, the glasses, the fucking glasses. Okay, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days before it happened, the victim sent him a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. We'll get to that in a second. Bullets fired from the pistol was found at the scene, no doubt about it. Let's talk about this. You mean this? This pistol?
This pistol, I'm aiming at my own forehead.
You mean this pistol?
You mean this genuine pistol?
Oh, please, Austin, you know how to ad-lib. You mean this pistol, the one found in the crime scene photo?
That's the one genuine pistol. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
Let me check the crime
Unlike
scene.
mine. Here, take a closer look. As he just presses the barrel of the gun directly into Phoenix's eye.
Interesting. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from the gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. So you verified the murder weapon, in other words.
You bet we did.
Is that it's a golden flintlock pistol, yes.
Yes.
And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man.
Like some kind of rich cowboy.
Why are you so certain?
What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valant's quick draw shoot 'em?
Where they bring an audience member on stage and execute them live?
Well, dressed like rich cowboys.
Huh? What's that?
One of the defendant's specialties. Zack and Valant stand on either side of a girl. A totally
girl.
unremarkable girl that you do not know and have never seen before.
Don't look
girl.
too closely at this.
Do not look too
do not
closely
look
at this
this
picture.
photograph.
Do not figure out any hints to anything later on at all from this image.
All right.
Why are you still here?
Look at Valant.
Please move on. Then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage, including the audience. This was one of the pistols they used in the show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear. So it was a remarkable failure of production, truly destroying our nation's youth. You know, that would explain a lot about the police. Oh, damn, Phoenix, yeah!
Troop Grammar, I stopped doing that act, no, fucking while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since, though.
The court would like to see the pistol in question.
You got it, sir. Here she is.
Well, this truly is a blast from the past.
Yeah, it's a stage pistol for magic shows, see?
Okay, Gumshoe, follow that fucking line of thought to its natural conclusion.
But it can fire real bullets. I mean, it can. It
looks
doesn't,
so
but
much
it can.
bigger in real life than on TV.
Yeah, but it can only hold one round.
And none of you all seen anything wrong with that?
By the way, pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently.
So, were any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own.
Aha! Intriguing point. Well made.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Not well made and not intriguing!
In any case, the court accepts this into evidence.
Okay.
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this if he was still with us.
Alright, let's see.
If he wasn't going to die of incuritis in 7 years.
Incuritis. Fucking incuritis.
No tactical advantage.
If you look closely, you can see how the pistol's made to bend here. It's a one-shot only model, and I guess this bend is where you load it. So, this is the famous Grammar golden gun. They say kids used to love pretending they had one of these. They thought about making merchandise, but then there were laws and whatnot.
I know, please read this line.
I wonder if they pretended to miss their targets too? Jesus. Bang!
Genuine pistol.
Okay.
But now it's time to return to our testimony.
I didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be the only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. Okay, so let me see if there's an inherent contradiction in what the letter says to, I'm not presenting, I'm just looking. Wait, I'm wrong. Come on the 13th.
He said it was about 6 days ago, and today is the 19th, so that tracks.
I will ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Are we getting to the fact that we're 2 bullet holes yet, or am I skipping ahead on that?
No, we will. Just you have to figure out where to point that out. So there's nothing wrong with this statement from
Yeah,
Gumshoe,
exactly.
because we know that.
The victim sent a letter ordering his own murder, shot the old man in the forehead.
Now here's where we can start saying that, because there's no proof that Zach shot him. Because there's 2 bullet holes. And that's what we have to hammer in on.
So could I just present the crime scene photo?
Press first.
Okay, I see. How can you be so sure?
Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking.
Gumshoe, that's rich coming from you, buddy. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective.
First, we got this letter. See? It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear.
I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it.
How is that the word that tripped you up, Gumshoe? In's the one that stumped you? Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. I shoot anyone
and just
that
murder
I get a letter.
anyone who asks you.
Yeah, I shoot anyone who sends me a letter for it.
I mean, it was official postage and everything, pal. That's real genuine. You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective.
He is a cop.
All right, we've been looking for some more text to add to the thing here. I'm gonna add shooting people is bad to it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Chrome.
The victim was shot, and when the doctor came back for the IV, the doctor shot the clown because he was bored. Case closed.
All right.
So, okay, that also means that, like, if we're going with the doctor doing this, the doctor would then have to reload a flintlock pistol, and good luck having the supplies and knowing how to do that.
Or maybe the doctor already had one.
Oh, shit.
Who's to say this is the only golden flintlock pistol that exists?
We've almost filled up the entire thing, honestly.
Right?
That's
We're
good.
so close.
We're actually, like, on track rather than like, oh shit, the game's ending. We gotta stick some stuff up there.
We have to figure out some bullshit to put here.
Among the rest of the bullshit we have up there. Yeah, truly a testament to the amount of fun moments we've had in this game.
In Apollo Phoenix, Ace Justice.
Ace Apple Justice.
Apollo Justice.
There we go.
Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Okay, here we go.
We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene.
Traces of gunpowder residue has been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim.
The photo? Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead?
I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. I have no clue. Shot something else, obviously.
I don't know, man.
Who can say?
Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me.
Yeah?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes.
Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead.
What if this whole time he thought that the clown was the victim? Like, what? Okay, I don't understand why the clown had to sit on the table next to this unrelated old man. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. To not.
What, and you can prove that with this photo?
I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired, like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot?
God, this like pulling teeth. Jesus Christ.
Right?
The clown doll?
Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead, too.
Ah, there's a hole in the forehead!
Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Ha! And I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll?
He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead.
It's symbolism.
Oh.
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
In the air forehead.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna disbar you now, Phoenix.
The defense has raised an intriguing.
Possibility?
That hole in the clown's forehead. It definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate the clowns.
I admit what is that accent?
Oim?
I admit I'm impressed. I admit I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
So you don't understand what any of the words you just said mean, then, Clavier. Because if you're impressed, then you did expect less.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You can't be impressed if your expectations are exactly met.
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a look. What if the clown doll wasn't even there?
Found your loophole, man. Ha ha, found your loophole. I'm still gonna tell everyone the big secret if you don't kill me.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
What I'm imagining.
Loophole.
And then he jumps head first out of the window and just face plants into the floor, and then Looney Tunes away.
What if the clown doll wasn't there to begin with, and it was brought in for
And you're
this
saying it's from the
specifically?
afterlife and it's haunted, yes?
Also, yes.
The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead. What the fuck is this courtroom anymore? Does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. He cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. White. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is gonna get.
Oh boy.
Now that I say that out loud. Wow. In my mind, out loud.
That's why you think those thoughts, Phoenix.
Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal.
Fires one real bullet.
It can be reloaded.
I still feel like that's what we're hitting on, though. I feel like that's what we're still hitting on, though, is that it was only... Am I wrong about that?
Let's see here. I need to double check.
What if I present my turn
Yeah, now
instead?
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's what I figured, is that it fired
Okay,
one
no,
bullet.
so here's the detail. You fucked up the order severely.
Oh?
Because we're not supposed to have the pistol as evidence until after this.
Oh, okay, nice.
You're supposed to press in order and then go back to that statement, so because you fucked up the order, I had to look to figure out what to do
Gotcha.
next.
The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. You know... What am I saying anymore? If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand?
Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and...
Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he couldn't.
The murder weapon? How?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time.
Ah.
If he had shot the clown in... If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too.
Reloading doesn't exist. It's like pirates. They just throw aside other guns.
I guess it probably would take a second enough that, like, maybe...
Literally a flintlock, Alex. Alex is in
Someone
the room
could-
and he's staring at me like I have 3 heads. As if I had 3 heads.
Ace Attorney streams always happen when I can't watch live. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Decapitation. Sorry about that.
But that's what VODs are for.
Is that...
Watching...
Okay, none is a fuck. That's not even a contradiction. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Oh, I didn't fix that, Kraz. Damn it. Oh? Where did he get the bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know, in America, where this takes place.
Definitely.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
okay. Bullets are easy to come by. Flintlock bullets?
Yeah, it is true that I don't know that you can walk.
It's-
Well, maybe you can
it's
still
an-
get them at Walmart, but I don't know you
I
can
was gonna
walk
say,
them your
it's-
average.
It's an important detail. In 2019, when this trial takes place, who the fuck is routinely producing in bulk flintlock bullets?
Well, probably now that I think about it, large subsets of the internet. Probably now that I think, probably that is a thing you could do. However, would this magician guy? Well, I guess it's his gun. But look, it's fine.
No, it's the old man.
Oh yeah, it's the old man. Oh well, he doesn't even know how to use the internet. He's old.
Yeah, and he bought exactly one bullet for one shot
Exactly.
Okay.
for Zach
So-
to use.
Try it now, Kraz. Try exclamation point VOD now. I want to see if it works. I just tried to add it to the commands. There we go. Okay, now it works. So both that and VODs work. All right. Oh, well, where to get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
Holy shit, the prosecution has to prove something for once.
Guess what? He bought it from me! I'm a bullet salesman in my spare time. He just throws bullets in the courtroom.
Yes, he has
Another
3
hobby.
full careers.
I had the feelings this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started, and I haven't proven anything yet. Beyond my good looks, and startling record sales,
And bullet sales. An utter lack of humility.
Oh, what's this? It seems the prosecution has another witness prepared.
like I said, a detective was just a warm-up act.
Everyone say bye to Gumshoe!
Yep.
Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Grammari who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess.
This might be my lucky break. I need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach.
Court is adjourned.
To be continued?
Yes, it's a very short trial.
Oh, we should probably keep going.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, everyone say goodbye to Gumshoe forever.
Bye, Gumshoe. We love you.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. There's 2 bits of information that I will drop on you from later games because they don't impact the story. 1, he routinely talks and hangs out with Phoenix and Edgeworth. That's canon.
Mhm.
And 2, he retired shortly after this.
Well, I
And
was
he
gonna
says-
say that maybe we just don't see him again because he leaves the police force.
He does,
and-
yes.
Yeah.
He literally retires and just like chills out.
Yeah.
And while it's never stated, I'm going to just go on record and say that he's at least roommates with Maggie.
Yes. Aw.
Because those 2 are so fucking cute together.
Yeah.
And she
Maybe
also
he becomes
never
a stay-at-home
appeared.
dad. That'd be cute.
Yeah, the 2 of them stick around. It's a thing about Japan, Kraz. Detectives in Japan retire early, I believe.
Makes sense. It's a stressful fucking job.
hmm Again, it's something that didn't quite localize entirely.
Especially not with our ongoing Gumshoes broke as fuck jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay. That's because he's a stay-at-home dad. He and Maggie had talked it through, and
Yeah,
they're like,
the
okay,
setup
you're gonna.
works for them. He has
Exactly.
a pension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that just wanted to give you that nice little tidbit that Gumshoe is fine and still just kind of keeps in contact with everybody, even if we don't see him in game.
Oh, we'll have to invite him to the wedding. How sweet.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
You also don't seem to understand your words because it's not impressive if you expected it. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself.
I shot the clown, but I didn't shoot the magician.
I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
She prefers a daddy with no determination, no soul. Speaking of which, where is she?
You have seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot in the forehead. One, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say, for now, at least.
Okay, what is this for now, fuckery?
I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross... Lightning, please get out of my way. This is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident?
Finally, this guy likes to take his time to get into the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. And found there upon his bedside 2 pistols.
What? What?
I'm
2?
Yes. The one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Valant.
Oh, for the Zack and Valen's quick
There
drop
were
bullshit.
2 pistols that he kept.
That's right.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnified coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in the troop Grammari?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket, and that's why you can see I have a gun holster here, with a gun in it.
In your pocket?
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks? I don't know either, don't worry.
Yes. Yes, rifling marks. Well, that's all I have to tell you, concerning the case, at least.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me?
You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
And you're a fucking freak! What happened? Thanks?
Yes. There is something.
Is he the reason Phoenix became the way to the? What
Yes.
if there's just a Trucy dad curse that they all have this personality once they take over the dad responsibilities?
What if
Okay,
Trucy... What if Trucy's like Pride from Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes. So I want to point out, the difference is that I think Zack can get away with it because he hasn't been a bumbling fucking doofus the entire rest of the time we've known
that we
him.
know of.
Yeah.
Who knows? Slim Shady may have been.
I mean, true, but we don't know that, which means that he can pull off the aloof, mysterious personality type deal. Phoenix can't.
Exactly, because he just went from being bumbling to suddenly being aloof and mysterious and all-knowing.
Yeah. My mentor, his eyes opened.
What? Magnify Grammari?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil.
So all the doctors in the hospital who heard a loud-ass gunshot go off went, just another one of those from her.
Yeah.
Again, bet it was the clown this time.
This is America. That's all I'm gonna say. It was not a long discussion. Maybe 5-10 minutes at most.
What did you talk about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
None of your
Zack
damn
Grammari.
business.
He seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright, your presence is required in the courtroom.
Once again, I am in your hands.
Right, let's get back in there.
Okay, so I'm okay with Phoenix becoming more competent as he gets more experience. That's not the problem. My problem is the complete tonal and ability shift that Phoenix has, of going from the kind of bumbling idiot who lucks his way into shit to instantly, I am God and I can tell all.
Yeah. The way he's written everywhere except this trial feels kind of horseshit.
I agree. And this is kind of the energy that he has going forward. He goes a bit more to bumbling in Dual Destinies, but he still is competent,
I feel
which
like
is good.
He puts on the act of bumbling a little bit as time goes on.
Oh,
like
probably.
He's still an idiot, but he knows
his
what he's
brand.
doing. But
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think he's just like, well, I guess I'm a dad now.
Yeah, he's a bumbling idiot dad.
The quarter's now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found and dug out from the clown's head.
Well, this is news in the rifling marks.
Oh, there wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, so they did match the weapon type. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, it's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production, being the other half of the Troop Gremmerai's famous duo, Zach and Valant.
Now you're
Now
going
it's
to be
all
yelling
you.
to yourself. Yes.
Now it's all you. Now it's you time.
Oh, good God. All right.
You have to
With
suffer
grandma.
what I always suffer in these streams.
So, we get to meet the great Magnify's other disciple? Oh God, he's so young
Whip.
and such an idiot. Whip!
Okay, check his record. I think he's in his 30s.
He's
I
probably
think he
not
might
gonna show
actually.
up yet. No, yeah, we gotta
Okay.
wait for him to introduce. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valant Gremmerai, magician.
Magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt?
Fate, the grand illusion filled with traps, whip, and tricks, whip. Wait, the shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? 11 o'clock is like so late.
That's way past my bedtime.
Valant Gremmerai, 37. Zach's young partner and understudy.
In comparison to Zach, yeah.
He's 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is still young by comparison.
3 years.
That's still young by comparison.
See, because when they started, one of them was 13 and one was 16, and so it was like, oh, this little child as
My
opposed
young
to me,
child.
a teenager.
I propose this young Valant never does the downtrodden voice his older counterpart falls into. It depends on the situations that come up.
3 years are a lot for dogs. Wow.
Wow, damn.
Wow. I think that's slightly rude to one of them and perfectly accurate for the other.
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Wait, that's the same letter Zach Gremmerai received. Whip. Yes, or perhaps I should say, Tuda. Oh my
Tuda.
God, his hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Order! Order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
Can I be honest and say
11:20.
11:20. Can I be honest and say he's kind of hot without the like fucking shitty porno stash?
I feel it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on your type. I'm sure there.
Oh no,
there
I'm
goes
sure
over
there's
for that, but
yeah, but it's specifically the basic mustache with nothing there to it.
yep.
It looks like a cheesy porno. I'm not digging that.
Exactly. You gotta have a certain energy to pull
Feels-
off Freddie Mercury.
Feels like I'd get something if I even looked at the man
Why
with that
is-
mustache.
It's practically the same. The court accepts this in evidence.
Magnifies letter 2.
This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks. What exactly was your troop Gremmerai up to?
By which you mean?
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion, Herr Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say.
Well, that sounds healthy.
Oh god, I gotta crack my neck so hard. Oh. Ow. Fuck. I'm dying.
Yeah, me too.
Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand! By which you mean you're not gonna tell us, which makes me wonder even more about the reason they couldn't refuse.
Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant Jacques Gremerai stands accused. Tell us why.
No, I'll do more than that. From where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic.
Okay.
Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene.
In fact, the only difference should be at the designated time.
As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up. Come on, party!
It's a good
No?
thing Maya's
Okay.
off being like a professional
Medium.
spirit medium and all that, because I have a feeling she would be 100% down with
Yes,
Clavier's
she
bullshit.
would be all about it.
She'd be into this.
She'd be all about that shit.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifier requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police.
So you were the one who reported the crime.
Indeed, I would think that this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Okay, no, let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Jacques Gremerai, is guilty.
And if it wasn't Zach Gramerai, then the killer was you, Valant. Flip! And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Okay, let's think about this for a second. That night, you visited the hospital room at the same time Magnifier requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor Let's talk about this for a second. So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all. I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yeah? What if the shooter was still nearby? Oh?
Shit!
That's a good point, actually. Damn. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good... Sorry. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. You know.
Drones were all drones. We just do what the magic tells us.
Oh shit, that's an actual thing that could have happened. Oh god, I could have died. Oh god!
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. No, you're the one imagining.
Shit, how did he see through that?
It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. That is absolutely the end stream quote.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination.
The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things.
You did not imagine. Well, yeah, no shit. You can't imagine legally. Okay, hang on.
Not with that attitude.
Let's talk about this. Which brings us back to this reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner, he didn't refuse. But Magnify wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong, which is why my theory about— Okay, that's enough, that's enough.
We're gonna stop you right there, bud.
So which is it? Mind if I continue? Whip. And a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed the murder. I better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valant, let me ask you something else concerning the crime scene, namely, the number of pistols I think is important. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zach and Valant quick draw shoot-'em, correct? 1 for each of you. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby?
Of course I had no intention of
Of course I had no intention of shooting me mentor. I
Why?
snuck into his room that night at the appointed time.
Okay, but why?
All magicians are pirates.
No! No!
And
No!
found upon his table beside 2 flintlocks. I took the
No!
pistol I had fired and placed it in me pocket.
Why was Zach Mr. Satan for a second? Because that's what I was gonna do, and then I realized this would be funnier.
No!
I spat all over my monitor, damn it.
Good!
I see no problem with that
Stopper!
statement. Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all.
So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did! Alakazam! Alakazing! Alakaboom!
Is the number of pistols really so important?
Quite important. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor.
Very well, please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey, Fwhip? Only 1 pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. I mean, I don't know exactly what to present, but either the gun or the crime scene, because there were 2 bullets fired and the gun only held 1. So, I mean, like...
So, present the pistol, because even if it doesn't say it directly there, remember we did learn
Yeah.
that the rifling marks on the bullet removed from the victim's skull were exactly the same
Yeah.
as the pistol.
According to the defendant Zach Gramerai, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on the table.
2?
One of these pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, that's what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Valant has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make any sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. The fuck? But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin has told us.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks were on the bullet were a perfect match.
Oh, that's racist.
Incredibly racist, pal!
Gumshoe, you're not here anymore. Mr. Valant,
I'm
if you had
still
fired this
an idiot.
pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Order! Order! Well, this is all rather sudden.
Oh, fuck, what have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what?
Whoopsie doopsies.
Okay, you see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of guns that fired them. But that's not what you told us before! You said you verified the murder weapon! Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning!
And I was younger then.
I am still young.
I'm a kid, can you blame me?
I might add, it wasn't really my fault, as the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime. We would not be having this pleasant discussion. No. Actually, that's kind of fair, Clavier. Like, okay, no one told me they made 2 of these fucking weird-ass guns. I don't watch this bullshit, what the fuck? Why didn't they tell us there were 2 guns?
We've saved a lot of trouble.
Valant Grammari?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were presented this to the court. You were sent to the court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Got him.
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
No,
Mr.
but
No. Then Mr. Valant had entered the room. The victim had already been shot, as his next testimony will prove. All right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it.
Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what.
Who shot what? I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. It was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi.
It's easy to explain in this situation, our judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. It's not a very long song. It's not a very good song, to be honest. It was more of a contemporary, conceptual sort of thing. Do it 100 times, the result is the same.
unless you throw in the remix.
Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff.
Right?
That's not value for money for,
They had
for
to
my
pay
digital
90
download.
Okay, well, you have to understand, it did come pre-installed on the new iPhone, so...
Ooh, timely reference.
Sorry, I had something in my eye. Magic is a word of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. Oh, I should do a song about that. And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth.
Very well, the prosecution warns us we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Carry on, right.
Alright, here we go. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before police arrived. It was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10. Let's talk about this. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts as to this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time?
We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but the reality is quite the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction.
I see another person has done their arithmetic homework.
The point here is if the victim was taken. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnify Grammari's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnify took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the end of the bag to the end of the bag, to the bag, to the end.
To the end, to the end. This is the end.
Ah, the needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot.
That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Oh, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determines the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Okay, good to have that.
And so it was when I, Valant, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright,
Did that seem important? I mean, yeah?
Yeah?
Well, seeing how
Yeah,
it is
you
the
can go ahead and throw it
biggest
away.
clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all, whip, is the truth. Okay, so what exactly does it say? The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. I mean, it proves that the IV was removed.
So let's go. Let's press on that.
Something just occurred to me. I'm wondering about it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice the IV? Oh no, you got me doing it. Did you notice the IV by yourself? Any chance yourself by? When I first entered the room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead, and then his left arm did I spy a rose drooping and wilted, its thorn the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wear it proudly, pardon my suspect self, for it's always without fail bringing me luck. Why, when Zack and Valant won their first Magician's Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians. You are the one. I'm gonna die. Oh God, I was adored by this attire then too, and our trophy.
Welcome to my hell.
A bust! Oh, what a day that was! Oh my fuck, this is one trip down memory lane that no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that IV too. Wait, what? What?
Yeah, sure doesn't look very yellow now, doesn't it?
I see another bag back there that's yellow, and okay, I see.
That's a device. That is not a bag.
Oh, okay.
That's like a tag on a device, like a warning. Hey, don't turn this off. Life support shit.
I've got to flip. Flip! There we go. I say, I think it was hued especially for me, Valant.
That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Valant sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? There is a contradiction.
Oh yeah.
It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck, but not this time. Mr. Valant, your lucky color betrayed you! What? Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence!
What?
As Gavin is screaming in the background, no, stop talking about colors, stop.
Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based.
Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. All your bases belong to me.
Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valant has told us?
The fucking photo. Kaboom.
Ba-boom.
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, Gavin can't tell any of these things because he's wearing sunglasses indoors.
They're Gunnars.
I get migraines.
The photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Elright, just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple, but I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony?
The IV.
Live juice.
Valant Grammari, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yeah? It kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yeah?
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright?
Yes.
You hate lemons.
Yes, there is. Lemonade is overrated. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene.
Wait, what's this?
Confusion? Doubt? Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy?
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valant. Look at that IV bag.
The what?
The IV bag.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my...
It would be
Me
hard.
too, buddy.
It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow, and I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Oh,
You're saying shit about our Valant.
Order, order,
And shit
order.
about the color yellow.
What does this mean?
Yeah, those rabbits are here to fuck Phoenix up.
this must be some kind of mistake. You see, when you take a photograph of an IV bag, it turns green. We all know this. Everyone knows this. Fact.
Just ask anybody in Germany.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. You witnessed this mistake.
The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valant Grammari, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV clearly isn't. Green's a kind of yellow.
I mean, kinda.
It's like that highlighter yellow that could also be green, depending on what you pair with it and what it looks like.
It reminds me of when we were playing Wind Waker as a kid, because the CRT that we had, the color was super fucked up on it. Link's hair and Tetra's hair both looked green.
Yeah, like that
Because it was
highlighter,
that
yellow,
highlighter
green,
color,
yeah.
yeah. This contradiction can only mean one thing. And to think, you almost
Have you
had
considered no?
I see your true colors now. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright.
Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. Wanda, I shall be pleased to hand it right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree. At a glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow. Yeah, this is the hill I'm going to die on. This is the hill I'm going to die on. I've decided.
The greenish yellow covered hill.
But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite... Are you going to say because the bag is blue?
Yellow liquid? How could you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook?
It looks like I want to see a light blue.
Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. Look, I've removed the blue. Let me suck the blue out of this bag really quick.
Put this juice in my bag I brought from home.
So, I like how chat has already figured out the critical flaw in Gavin's argument here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, theoretically, you could make the argument of, like, anyone could look at that and be like, that's yellow because you're seeing past the blue filter
like how-
of it. But I don't
like-
think
Not
that
when you
Valant's-
find your fucking mentor dead.
Yeah, and Valant's not exactly known for his imagination and his creativity.
Yeah.
so-
There's also the phenomenon of, like, when you see a photo from, like, the 70s that's, like, kind of sepia toned, how you can kind of your brain just, like, auto-corrects what you're seeing to be
Yeah, exactly.
the right
Same
colors.
with blue. If you took photos and were a teen in the 2000s, in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Just that blue filter that was over everything.
Yep. The dress was on that too. It was a lot of people's brains kind of assuming what the lighting scenario was going to be and then correcting one way or the other.
I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. The one ring, the ring of truth!
Y'all a bunch of fucking idiots! There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Good. Grave? That's not, nope. The liquid on the IV, god damn it, is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. As at the scene of the crime, the liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Fuck!
this joke is going.
Alakaz OMG? Alakaz OMG.
Yes,
Is that what
Alakaz OMG. Alakaz
Christ.
OMG.
Good
It
Christ.
was 2019, and he is a boomer incarnate.
It was not 2019. That isn't
Yes, it was.
Wait, oh my god, it was. Christ.
It was 2019, Connor. Yes.
Oh, good Christ, you're right.
Yeah.
Order.
I'm older than fucking Clavier.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
man.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Yeah. Welcome to my hell.
Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. Now that probably means something, but what?
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valant Grammari, has testified that the IV liquid is yellow because
It was yellow.
he'd seen it before, he knew the IV liquid's color, it looked yellow. Wait, my thought is that he tampered with the evidence, but
Ah.
I don't know which one of these. He'd seen it before, I guess?
Since I am completely uninvolved in this stream for right now, I just looked it up, and yes, I am in fact a year younger than Phoenix Wright.
Oh, damn.
Well, there.
You got that going for you, for now.
I do. What do you mean for now?
Until Phoenix,
The
gets
ages?
the Fountain of Youth, and
Yeah,
he goes
exactly.
back in time.
His birth year was 93. That's not gonna change.
You don't know that? Also, do I say he'd seen it before, or he knew the IV liquid's color? Both of those kind of prove the point I'm trying to make.
He'd see either one, actually.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
thought it was he'd seen it before, but yeah, both of them work.
From the answers, from the facts, damn it! From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before, but not inside the blue bag we've seen in this photo. He
blue
saw
bag?
the liquid by itself in a clear Calice bag.
I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not sure what all this means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. I'm afraid I find nothing, so, what if he knew the IV liquid color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our...
Say it.
to our teeny bopper fans, yeah?
There we go.
God damn it! The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. You're clean, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag.
Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid.
I mean,
job,
an
Pat.
IV bag could use sand if you really hated the person it was going into.
Oh, ugh.
I'm right?
Okay, as much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic.
Like magic.
No one's quite sure how the science works. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight here, right? You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. No, wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as yourself essay to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. I don't believe you! Prove it now! Here's a cup, here's some water, show us! I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Oh, now you've got me saying it wrong. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a...
Did you figure out how it happened?
I just did. It's so stupid.
I don't think it's stupid.
I love it. Oh my god.
He has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bat.
I mean, like,
If you pour it, yeah.
Yeah, I know how he did it, but also, it's not that hard. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to the IV to throw off the time of death.
I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth?
Valant Grammari, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what it is you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the IV liquid in that bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was ba-ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-ba, boom.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
The victim's syringe?
It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, and not a... Clavier, take that to its natural conclusion. Not a trace of liquid in it. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had terrible insurance. Absolutely terrible insurance. There's no way he could get clean syringes for his insulin. There should have been traces of insulin left inside.
The victim had great insurance. There was no way he could get great syringes, clean syringes. This is America.
Well, Valid Grammari, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will.
Me too, buddy. That's how I wake up every morning.
Those are rabbits coming out of your hat.
Yeah, exactly.
I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. He's been standing there motionless for the past 15 minutes.
Hang on, I was joking. Is that actually what's happening?
We might have broken Clavier. It's fine. We know he'll be fine.
This is why he's such a piece of shit later on. Because
Yeah.
of us.
I'm
Which,
afraid that
honestly, yeah.
while
I mean,
there's...
I don't blame him for not wanting to deal with Phoenix or anyone associated with him ever again.
Mhm.
I'm afraid that, while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in my bag, the time of death cannot be proven, and that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this, if I can do a little much-needed investigation work.
I see there are no objections. Court is adjourned.
Really?
Truly, there's no substitute for experience. I just had a mock trial in my head. I just did image training of a trial, and I got so much experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise: underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet out from under you in a way you will never, ever expect. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the levels of the IV liquid, but there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Okay, Phoenix, you gotta understand what you just said, buddy. Okay, yes, quite true. However, that's fucking ridiculous. Huh? He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I had hoped. This, I admit, after all. Why linger in the past when the future holds so much? We will make a future together.
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin?
Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
What's this?
This is the victim Magnify Grammari's diary. Diary? After going to the hospital, Magnify began writing his memoirs, it seems. It's a story of his birth, his startling debut, and the meeting of his disciples. There's also something about becoming a wizard and traveling to the land of Oz. He was a very old man. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? Okay, I gotta reread this notebook page real quick. Only less than 10 swift minutes remain. Okay, I see. I know that's faked, but still.
Yeah.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Oh, sadly it does not. What's important here is what's on the last page. A
Apparently the victim wrote his journals at night, even after the eve had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Ahem. Tonight's eve is in, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. And then something else.
This does appear
That
to have
depends
been
on his
before
hand.
death.
That depends on his hand.
his
All that is
underscore.
left. Yeah.
For me,
That
it's
all
not
that's
echo.
left is for me to set aside the pen.
There we go.
Court accepts sufficient evidence. Magnifies diary and the court record.
Read the very last part with particular care. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarye.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnified Gramarye intended to write again? That is, if Zach Gramarye didn't pull the trigger. I see
So-
the defense understands the meaning of this.
So,
The torn out page is nothing, and nothing. So,
Okay, so you admit that you're a hack then.
the victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magnify's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramarye.
God, Gavin's an idiot.
Order, order! Prosecutor Gavin! Are you certain that Magnified Gramarye wrote this?
There's no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnify did intend to continue his diary, yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did.
Then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramarye.
This is why you don't let 17-year-olds in court.
Well, how do you like me now, Elright? Still too green for your tastes?
I was just gonna say this is why you don't let rock stars in court, because like, man, Clavier does
Well,
not
he's
get better
both,
with age.
though.
Exactly, Clavier does not get better with age. He remains this problematic.
He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for our case.
If the diary's accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. Nah, no need. It's fine.
It's fine. We're good. We're gonna win this.
I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary.
All right, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is forged.
But ignore that. It's fine.
First, take a look at this diary. Okay, I just said. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out.
What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all.
That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Alika, I don't believe it! Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine the first visitor that night shot Magnified Gramarye. That's the defense's position.
Wait, let me see that. What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary.
Actually, that's a good point, Square. Considering how Phoenix usually gets evidence, it's a miracle this didn't happen sooner.
That's a good point. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnify's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all of this means, Herr Attorney? The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye had left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valant Gramarye.
Or
No!
or suicide.
That's also an option.
Handwriting too,
I
matches the
mean-
other pages. This is without a doubt the genuine article. Order! Order!
But wait! That's impossible! That old man couldn't have written that!
You just couldn't resist, could you, Airwright?
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence?
Solid evidence that was given to me by my own defendant in the hallway. Well, not even our own defendant. It was given to us by the 7-year-old child of our
Yeah.
own.
He said, I don't know, I found a crumple up in the hallway.
Air Judge,
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
But Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witness.
I ask you only to put it on hold! Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor.
Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner.
Then, though this is highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring in the surprise witness to the courtroom.
I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known.
It did kind of end in a "that's all, folks" type of energy that
Yeah,
doesn't feel
yeah.
like a real person would write.
And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Oh, shit!
Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? As the details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say, I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
Very well, and you are the witness, I gather?
Austin, you should probably voice him, huh?
Yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Drew Misham. I'm a painter.
Did Clavier plant that evidence? I don't know, but the fact that he's so pissed.
He was immediately ready to pounce on it.
Well, the
makes
fact-
him look guilty as fuck.
What
'Cause
I'm
he
saying
already...
is, in the future, he's super pissed about like this coming back to light. So I'm wondering if it's that he knows about it, but it wasn't him directly.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, the fact that he was so instantly ready to, yeah, I know it's fake. Like,
Yeah.
it means that he definitely knows about it immediately.
Yeah.
Clavier is sus. I
I wish I could shove him out an airlock. God, I hate Clavier.
A painter, and you're somehow related to this case?
No, well, not per se.
I have one simple question for the witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is?
Oh, yeah, I know it well.
How is that possible? Have you seen this diary page before somewhere?
Oh, yeah, I mean, well, I made it.
Definitely
You-
me. Yep.
What? You made it?
Yes, you might call it one of my, works.
The regional prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramerai.
Illegal evidence?
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Forgeries?
Well, so, are we to understand that this page here is...
I think prepared by a certain defense attorney.
I was handed it by a little girl in the hallway recently whose name I think is Trucy. Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence. Okay, buddy, that's worse.
The attorney speaks something about this page, I presume, but what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented the evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
Witness? Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
That, I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
Do you think I have enough money to pay for something like this? But there's no proof this is a fake!
It's a fake.
But there's no proof it's a fake!
It's
Huh.
a fake. To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works.
I
can say without a doubt, this is mine.
Wouldn't this require further investigation, especially in a murder case?
Yeah, it would. But they had to really rush out that Clavier's a bastard and that Phoenix is disbarred.
Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence in this court. My court.
How many times has every prosecutor I've gone against done that? At least 3 in one case.
It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh boy! They're here!
What is this?
I don't know. I told me to get the old boy in the blue suit this thing. I said it was really important.
It was all a trap. A fatal trap.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
Yep.
do you have an explanation for yourself?
I was given it by a little girl. If I did, would the court hear it?
Probably not.
What the fuck?
Here's the thing, Phoenix. We kind of already didn't like you.
Listen,
Yeah,
you have made a mockery of this court in every possible way.
I'm
You have
just looking for the first opportunity to be able to cancel you, to be
You have a
honest.
you have a spotless record with no criminal activity, but fuck you, dude.
Do you remember the time you literally cross-examined a parrot? God damn
I'm
it!
thinking, God
Hey, how
damn it, he
about-
hasn't done anything wrong, but damn
Oh,
it,
you're-
darn if this isn't annoying.
You're right. You know, I might cross-examine something else in the future. Maybe an aquatic creature of some kind. Get out!
Do you remember the time you literally actually put on a circus in the courtroom? That was in the anime, that doesn't count! It was a reenactment, damn it!
And presenting it in court is a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. Bailiff, shoot him! Execute him!
Finally.
Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one! Your Honor, wait! I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions... Oh god, what am I saying? I undertook as an individual!
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Your Honor? Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, Shah. I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I would have created a time paradox!
I see no further discussion of this matter. Special witness dismissed.
I mean, to be fair,
He just
Phoenix
disappears.
Phoenix admits to it specifically to keep Zach out of jail.
Which doesn't really work.
No, but he makes the attempt because he wants to get his client off scot-free because he knows he's innocent. Like, I'm not saying that it's the best, but it's the best call he could make in the situation
It's in
because
character for Phoenix.
nope, absolutely no one was going to believe that he was innocent of this, so he said, fuck it, I'll take the blame if I can get somebody else free.
Yeah.
No, Trucy gave it to me.
Mr. Ray Trucy has been dead for 30 years.
She wasn't even alive 30 years ago.
Anyways,
No, she
remember
died.
you're Drew.
Mr. Attorney,
Yeah?
could I ask your name?
He's slowly turning into modern Phoenix. Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright. I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright.
Okay.
Certainly distinct.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that the fucking truth, Kraz? The only good thing that Phoenix does in this entire game is try to take the fall for somebody else.
Yeah, the writing for Phoenix in this game is wild.
It's trash. It's so bad.
Deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Jack?
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid I am a dictator in this courtroom, so I can. I'm afraid the defendant.
No jury told me no.
I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Is this his fucking plan? Is he gonna do a disappearing act?
A magician using magic to disappear from a courtroom? What are you talking about? Come on, let's get this over with. Let's keep moving.
Okay. All right. I'm good.
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
What the fuck? Mr. Enigma? Oh, the defendant escaped! Find him, quick!
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape.
That day in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigma, aka Zach Gremerai, did not just escape from court, he literally unbelievably vanished right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day.
This is the Gremerai miracle.
No verdict was declared.
And court never happened again.
After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gremerai vanished, along with him, for all eternity. 7 whole years, an eternity.
Yep.
The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. Yeah, he literally up and vanished. Okay, so should we keep going, or is it gonna be a long thing?
Oh, it's gonna be a long and.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should call it for now then.
We should at least a trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all.
We'll have to redo all of this if we do that because I just saved and I can't save again.
True.
So
I thought it was going to be a cutscene, actually.
Yeah, I did too. This game is kind of inconsistent about that.
But yeah, I'll straight up say the next with me helping you actually navigate shit. The next stream will be the last one.
Oh, really?
I mean, if you accept me helping you navigate shit, because the next part is completely radically different from all the rest of Phoenix Wright's gameplay throughout the entire series, then yes, we could probably finish it next time.
Well, how is everyone feeling about tomorrow?
Yeah, I was gonna say tomorrow might work well because my big long test is Wednesday, and so if we can finish the game before then, that would be perfect because I'll get to know where I'm going next, and also I'll be so tired after that.
Granted, I do want to point out it will be a longer stream.
Oh yeah.
But
do you think it would be like 7 hours?
No.
Okay, good.
I think at the absolute longest, if we bumble around and make jokes nonstop instead of actually progressing through the story, then it will take 5 hours at most.
Okay, I feel that. So
I think most realistically, it'll probably take 3.5 to 4 hours.
We will call it for now then, and tomorrow we will hopefully beat the fucking game.
Ooh.
Thank you all very much for coming by. And I hope everyone takes care of themselves. Remember to wash your hands, stay safe. Please, please don't die.
You can't tell me what to do.
And take it easy. Love you all.
Yeah.